What's going on, everybody? How's everyone out there doing? Yes, I'm recording back to back videos. I just wanted to make that clear. But before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and also hit the post notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, as I alluded into the Buffalo video, another big trade happened from another AFC East team, and that was the New York Jets trading with the Las Vegas Raiders. They received Davante Adams, and the Raiders received a 2025 conditional third-round pick in the trade. The pick could improve to a second-round selection if Adams is first or second team All-Pro this season, or if the Jets roster goes to the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. So that's what is based off of performance. That's what that pick is. That's what conditional means. It could go up higher based on the performance of Davante Adams over the New York Jets team. First off, I want to say that Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams are back together. Davante Adams went back to his ex. Why shouldn't you? No, I'm joking, y'all. But in all seriousness, they're rekindled. They had such a great relationship. Them two were together, amazing together on Green Bay. And Davante Adams is a really good wide receiver. It's a few wide receivers who can get a job done with inconsistency at QB. And he was one of the few. It's him, Amari Cooper, who we just made a video on, Mike Evans, and prime DeAndre Hopkins. Those are the only people I can think of who, no matter who the QB was, they got the job done and got over 1,000 yards. So shout out to him for that. Shout out for him for being able to do that. He left Green Bay, because Aaron Rodgers was getting old and he was flirting with retirement. What would happen to Davante Adams? There was so many questions. So he decided to go play with his best friend in Vegas. And then we know Josh McDaniels became the head coach, and then he randomly benched Derek Carr after they extended him. He was 1 year, not even 1 year, I think, into his extension, Derek Carr, and they decided to bench him. And he went solely to be with his best friend. He wanted to play with Derek Carr. That's why he went to the Raiders. And then they benched him. Then they cut him. They brought Jimmy G in, and then Davante Adams signed off on benching Jimmy G. And then I believe Aiden O'Connell was his quarterback. And he still did really good. He didn't make, I think, any Pro Bowls or anything like that, but he still played really well, got over 1,000 yards. And he didn't really have a QB all year long. It was all over the place with the QB situation. And then this year, he was hurt. And then we saw the rumors of the trade, thought he was going to Buffalo, but then he ended up, because Buffalo couldn't afford him, but the Jets could, so he ended up going to the New York Jets and is reunited with Aaron Rodgers. Right off the bat, this is a huge trade. This helps with their wide receiver room. Mike Williams is getting cut or traded, I can tell you that, but this helps a lot, especially for Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson been getting double teamed and all that stuff. Well, now they got Davante Adams, so he's going to be able to get open. In hindsight, this is a really good trade. I do not want to. I don't think this puts the Jets over the edge. I don't think this makes them a Zone 5 contender. I think they're pretenders. I think this team is all hype. Until they show me that they're not all hype, then I don't believe in them. First of all, Aaron Rodgers needs to be able to get the ball out. Now, penalties hurt them in the last game. The offensive line, to me, did better than they've been doing. But that offensive line is still bad. It's still bad. Penalties hurt them the last game. Their kicker is terrible. They need a new kicker. They would have won that game, I believe, honestly. If they had a shot at winning the game if number one, that touchdown has standed. And number two, if the kicker made the kicks, he missed 2 crucial field goals, and if they would have made that, I believe that they would have ended up winning the game or had a really good chance at winning the game. But then once again, he missed other kicks in other games, which they should have, could have won as well. Aaron Rodgers is not the same Aaron Rodgers. He just came off a torn ACL. He's still a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But he has some struggles himself that he needs to get a hold of. But he showed glimpses in the last game. He had a really good game. Hail Mary vintage, believe over 300 yards, I believe. Hail Mary vintage Aaron Rodgers game that he had on Monday night. Vintage Aaron Rodgers on Monday night. It was Monday night. Vintage Aaron Rodgers. But like I said, this Jets team is all hype. Like I said, I want to buy into it, but I can't. Also, because that defense is not the same. That D-line don't look good. It's not the same defense. If this was the same defense from last year or the year before that carried this team, absolute. 1 year ago, 2 years ago, I looked at that Jets team because they almost made the playoffs. And I said, and like everyone else, a lot of other people, I believe, said, if they had a different quarterback other than Zach Wilson, this will be a playoff team. This will be a Super Bowl contending team. And then they got Aaron Rodgers. He tore his ACL. Guess what? That defense was really good, but the O-line was horrible. The O-line is better than it was last year, but they still need to fix the O-line. They need a new kicker, and they definitely need to work on that defense. However, their secondary, beautiful. They have a very beautiful secondary. Chef's kiss to that. But other than that, they just need to work on the defense. And like I said, I want to be proven wrong from this team. I really do. I want Davante Adams, Aaron Rodgers, all them to be successful. This team on paper looks really good. But like I said, right now, they're all hype. They're all hype, and that's it. They're all hype. They have the capability of being better, and they can be better. I just think that I just don't see it. I don't know what this will do. Yes, this is a great addition. Davante Adams is not a scrub. And the fact that a player of his caliber got traded like this in the middle of the season is really unheard of and it really never happened. So this is crazy that it's happened like this. But like I said, at the end of the day, the Jets have a lot of issues. And does Davante Adams really fix those issues? Does he really fix those issues? Does he fix the offensive line? Does he fix the broken defensive line? And can he kick a field goal? That's the question. Can he suit up and kick for the Jets? But like I said, Rodgers is back with his ex. They got back together. They're going to cause trouble. Don't get me wrong. Now, I want to look at this video, look back and say, oh, these were terrible takes that I had. I really do. But like I said in the Bills video, I think this team is all hype. I think that the Bills trade puts them over and makes them actual legitimate bona fide contenders to me. And I think the Jets are still pretenders, but we shall see. Maybe the defense will get better. Maybe the offensive line will get a little better. But all I know, they need to find a new kicker, work on the offensive line, and make sure the defense gets better. That secondary, but other than that, the defense is a little sketchy. It's not the same defense from me. It's not the same defense from last year. But like I said, all that can change. So we'll see what happens. You let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, y'all, Steven Counter out. Peace.